Bottled water intro. Hey, it's Megas, how you doing? Guess what I'm going to do? Or attempt anyway, the bookshelf. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you every single book I have because they're only half of what I have. The other half is in another cupboard somewhere. This is part one of what I'm going to call Shelf Shuffle. So if you're not interested, go away. I have a box ready for the good books that I'm keeping, and for the ones that I'm not going to be keeping, probably selling, I have a bag. So let's get to it. Okay, we're going to start with Iain Banks. I love his novels, so those I'll be keeping. Get off me. That stuck to my foot. It's off the bottom of the sofa. Yes, I've had to move the sofa forward just so I can get to it. The reason this is part one is, in the other parts I'm going to be shuffling the DVDs, but I figured that's going to be too long a video to do for the whole lot, so yeah, part one, and then part two will happen another day. Iain Banks also goes by the name of Iain M. Banks for these culture novels that they call it. It's like a science fiction futuristic stories, and they're all one-offs but set in the same universe, and they get very, very confusing. I can't get my head around half the stories. Some are pretty good and they are very inventive, but I just can't get to grips with it, and I'm quite certain I'll not read them again. I'm reading them once and then. So the ones I've got of these, moving on, selling. A new favourite writer of mine, well I say new, he's been around a while, but this guy, Stephen Koontz. Stop it, stop laughing. That's not what it says. Anyway, the reason I started reading these books is because of this Saucer, right? And there is a sequel, the second one there. Because of them two stories, I just started buying all his novels, and I'm really quite enjoying them. Especially this, he's using the same character in these other books, Jake Grafton, and I really love this character in his story, so keeping. Okay, the next book is my favourite book of all time. It's also my favourite movie of all time. Is that Jurassic Park. Now the book is very, very different to the film. I mean, it is similar, it is the same story, but like for example, some of the characters that survived in the film died in the book. And you're probably wondering why it's bagged up even though it's got a dust jacket. Because it's my favourite book in the world. That's why. Do you have to ask? I'm doing voices again. Okay, these books, Alison DuBois. If you know Medium, the TV series, this is Patricia Arquette. She plays Alison DuBois, the fictional version of this woman. And now, whether you believe in psychics or anything like that, I'm sometimes a bit nyeh. But I find her stories that she talks about, her life and things that she's seen and done, I find that there's a lot of, you know, it's sort of like a help guide to life. You know, I've had a few bad experiences of my life, and I just find that she speaks so much truth and so much, she gives a lot of advice, and I really enjoy these books, and I'm quite certain there's a fourth book which I have yet to get. Keep. Another writer that I quite enjoy is this guy, James Herbert. Keep. Okay, the next novelist, I have quite a lot of his books. I'm not even going to count them. They go all the way across here and all the way down here to there, and it's this guy, Dean Koontz, my favourite writer of them all. And you know, this is the latest one I've read. But I'll tell you, my favourite, I've already shown them actually, my favourite novel is, or series of novels, is the Odd Thomas ones. I showed them on an episode of Smeg Chris where I talked about that there's 4 and there's going to be 6 altogether, and that there's a movie coming, so I can't wait for that. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping all of them, because I think maybe one out of all the novels I've read of his that I didn't like. Ah, nuts, I've run out of space. I'm going to have to get another box. Box number 2. Just want to point out the MVQ course today was rather good. Although the room that we were in was really hot, I mean it was ridiculous. But we had some little exercises to do and some puzzles to work out. And there was one puzzle, in fact, let me just draw it. Can you send these challenges? Fucking Okay, I've done a quick diagram. Just want to see if you two can work this out. That's one chain. That's another chain. That's another chain. That's another chain. Don't judge my drawing. I know I'm rubbish. But there's like, just consider that they're links of a chain. Now, to put that to that would cost £5. So how do you get these chains all together at the cost of £15 rather than 20? So have another look. And I want you guys to try and work it out and see if you do. Because out of everybody in that room, and there was 20 of us, guess who worked it out? Yes, me. Smart guy here. Yeah, I know I'm being cocky, but so what. Yeah, I was the only one to work it out, and even the coordinator, he was like, I'm surprised by that because nobody usually gets it. I'm like, so see if you guys can work it out while I keep doing this. I have all three, well I have the first three of these. The Bourne Legacy, the Bourne Identity, the Bourne Supremacy and Ultimatum. I'm going to get rid of them, and you're probably wondering why. Well, I love the films, don't get me wrong, the Bourne films are awesome. Now the books, because they're based on these books, but it's like the first bit of the book, you know, where he's found in the water, he's got bullet holes, he's fished out, and he's on a fishing boat for however long, 6 weeks or something, I don't remember what it was, and then he goes on his way. That's the same. Everything else is completely different, whereas in the Bourne films he has no memory of himself or his previous life until, you know, the third one. In these he finds out, I think, at the end of this one, so by the time you get to the second one, he's living his life with his real name, he's married to Maria, blah blah blah, and then they call him back to sort some problem out, and he becomes Jason Bourne again, and he starts having these like multiple personality disorder thing going off, and he's sort of crossing between one and the other, and they are good, but I just don't feel for the character, I don't feel for the story, basically. I mean, especially the second one, it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So really, I don't need them. And the sad story about this is Robert Ludlum died after the first film came out. So I'm not really sure how many of these books he wrote before they got continued on with another author, but I'm still willing to give them a go. And that would be another box filled. Okay, third and final box. It would seem my book bag is a bit full, so I'm just going to fetch another. Why do I keep stuff like this? Everything I pull out so far is boring. Oh wait, hold on. Not boring. I have every single one. Yes, they're not the adult ones. Stop judging. That's the original Harry Potter. The first one. Definitely keeping them. Okay, one of my favourite novelists, Wilbur Smith, and apart from his new one that's just come out a few months ago, I have every single one. There's actually a box set of them, so I don't have to put that in there. Yes! Yeah, my third box is kind of full, so unfortunately I've not been able to get rid of them all into boxes. I'll have to fetch some more. I'm planning on going to Morrison's again tomorrow anyway, so I'll get them there if I remember. I'm now going to dust them shelves, but you don't need to watch that. One last thing. Did you get it? Did you figure it out? Did you? Do you want me to tell you the answer? Okay. What you do is you take off the first ring and attach it here. So that's £5. You take the second ring to there, that's another £5, and this ring will join that and that, making it a whole chain. Did you get it? Are you going to cheat? Are you going to say yes you did, but you didn't? So simple, isn't it? It's just thinking outside the box. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I've bored you enough with my
stupid bookshelves and this stupid shelf shuffle part 1. So until tomorrow when I do something completely different, peace out.